Welcome, kind and esteemed viewers. This is your bestie, Lady Chatterington. Are you ready for the latest dose of saucy scandal amidst the illustrious ton? Do get comfortable and join me for a spell. Pour yourself a cup and let's sip on some hot English tea together. And please don't be shy when tempted to reach for the biscuit tray. Sometimes you need something a little sweet to wash away the naughty from your palate. My dearest friends and devotees of scandal, draw close and prepare yourselves, for what I am about to recount will surely set your hearts aflutter with indignation, sympathy, and no small measure of shock that will most certainly make your teacups rattle. The tale of Miss Verity Wintermere, sweet, wholesome Verity, with her doe-like brown eyes and carefully coiffed chignon, has taken a turn so devastatingly dramatic that even I, Lady Chatterington, find myself at a loss for words. Well, almost. As you well know, Miss Wintermere's limerence and ardour for Lord Arden has been the subject of much tittering over teacups. Her singular fixation on the rakish gentleman, despite his notoriety for dubious pursuits and fleeting affections, had long raised eyebrows, yet no one could have foreseen the extent to which her infatuation would lead her. Alas, my friends, this tale begins not in the elegant drawing rooms of polite society, but in the shadowed corners of a midnight masquerade held recently by the eccentric Lady Prudencia Greyfeather, whose penchant for outlandish themes and cryptic invitations has long been a source of both intrigue and exasperation within the ton. Miss Wintermere, in a moment of breathtaking folly, took it upon herself to don a striking crimson gown, a colour far too brazen for a young lady of her standing, and a mask of gold filigree, so thinly veiled it hardly obscured her identity. Rumour has it that she had overheard whispers that Lord Arden would attend the masquerade in the guise of a Venetian rogue. Armed with this knowledge and emboldened by her own delusions, she resolved to confront him and profess her love. Now, I must pause here to caution you that masquerades, though thrilling, are fraught with peril. A gentleman in a feathered mask may very well be a scoundrel in disguise, and as it so happens, not every whisper is to be trusted. Miss Wintermere, in her crimson gown, approached a figure matching Lord Arden's description, and in a hushed yet impassioned tone, declared her undying devotion. She spoke of love eternal, of forgiveness for his past dalliances, and of her readiness to forsake all propriety to be by his side. The room, though filled with revellers, seemed to hold its collective breath as her words carried just far enough to reach eager ears. But oh, the horror! The man she addressed was not Lord Arden at all, but the Viscount Montrose, a married man with a particularly vindictive wife. Viscountess Montrose, a woman of sharp wit and sharper tongue, wasted no time in making the incident known. By morning, the tale of Miss Wintermere's midnight confession had spread through the ton like a medieval plague. The consequences, as you can imagine, were swift and brutal. Invitations to soirees were rescinded. A particularly cruel caricature appeared in a scandal sheet, depicting Miss Wintermere kneeling before a masked man with the caption, "Love's reckless folly." Her mother, poor Lady Wintermere, is said to have taken to her bed with a vial of smelling salts, unable to face the disgrace. As for Miss Verity Wintermere, she has, in haste, retreated to the family estate, a move that many believe to be permanent. Whispers suggest that no gentleman of respectable standing would dare align himself with a young lady whose name now resides on every wagging tongue throughout London. Oh, the shame of it all. And Lord Arden, you ask? Well, he steadfastly refuses to admit his presence at the masquerade, yet whispers amongst the ton suggest otherwise. With many convinced, they glimpsed his unmistakable figure amid the revelry. Ever the enigma, he has remained silent on the matter, though his faint smirk when the incident was recounted at White's suggests he is far from oblivious. Whether he feels remorse or merely amusement is anyone's guess, though I suspect the latter. Let this be a cautionary tale, my dears. The heart, when untamed, can lead even the most virtuous among us to irretrievable ruin. And for Miss Verity Wintermere, her most grievous error was not merely in loving unwisely, but in loving too ardently. Well, my lovelies, this is all the saucy scandal I have for now. So, until we meet again, keep your teacups full and your ears open. Because the ton never ceases to provide an infinite supply of delicious scandal. And I wouldn't live up to my namesake if I never shared it with you, now would I? All is fair in love and war, they say. Until next time, my dears, stay forever intrigued.